when people Google you now, the first thing that comes up is I see a picture of you for like the Pro Bowl, but they might not see back to how far you come and working on the practice roster. And so, what was it like being on the practice roster, working up to being on the team, and then finally working up to being a starter?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely an eye-opening experience, but it was something that I definitely needed. Just with how the college systems are offensively, they're pretty simple, and how they're called out. So that practice squad year was kind of like almost a redshirt year for me.
Right.
I was really able to understand an NFL playbook, understand NFL defenses, understand, kind of like the common adjustments that a center has to make. And also I got to learn a little bit of guard as well. And so that just kind of helped me create some versatility because I ended up having to play guard for 12 games in 2017. So that actually helped out a lot. And I was able to really just pick the brains of some of the older guys, especially like Marshall Yonda. I just sat next to him in meetings and would ask him questions as far as like how he takes notes, how does he approach a game week, how does he watch defensive linemen. And so that really helped me just kind of form what it means to be a professional football player,
Right.
what it takes to take care of your body, and also just all those things that just like the daily habits that you need to build to become a really good pro. And so, yeah, it was just good to kind of be an absorb and kind of see it from a bigger view. And so, I thought it was a really great year. I was, on the I'll be on the scout team, and so I pretty much made sure that I was like the best like scout team center as far as mimicking what the other centers like to do in their silent snap counts or any little like tendencies that they would have to help tip off the defensive line. And so when I saw the defense play really well during a game, I'd definitely get excited just because I knew I was, helping that in some part. And I mean, it was definitely cool to just kind of be a part of that practice squad year, and then also just seeing it pay off in the future, being having to get called up when Marshall went down in 2017, and they're like, all right, you got to go in at right guard, and we don't want you missing a beat. And so you just kind of get ready mentally for that, and definitely that year being in practice squad definitely helped just understanding what it takes.
Great. And so, working your way up to a starter, is that like a whole other level of where you're just used to being sore in ways that you weren't during when, you were just a backup or a practice roster guy? What's the adjustment like moving to a full-time role?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of expectation on you. There's a lot of pressure. There's, there's a lot of trust involved, not only on the guys on the offensive line, but it's trust in the coaches, your offensive line coach, the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the front office, the GM, and all those guys trusting in you. And also, I think the biggest thing for me was just how much energy it took to perform well week in and week out for 16 weeks straight. So
Right.
In college or in high school, you get 2, 3, 4 cupcake games where, oh man, this defensive line is not very good.
Right.
Or this team, we're just going to run up the scoreboard and we're probably going to be done by halftime. Where in the NFL, that's not the case. From, September till December or January, even February, every single guy that you're going to be going against is one of the best in the world at their job. And so that was definitely one of the biggest things that I learned after that 2017 season. Was just like, wow, okay, I got to get ready every single week to play my best football every single snap. And so that definitely takes a lot of mental preparation, a lot of mental sharpness, making sure you're watching all the film you need to, and just doing everything you can mentally and physically to get ready week in and week out. So I think that was one of the biggest lessons I learned.
What is the next big thing for you that you have on your list?
Yeah, I think becoming a Pro Bowler is definitely my next step. Just because this past year, before I got hurt, I was definitely on that track, and I thought I was having a really good year. Our offense was hitting on all cylinders. We had broken a single season rushing record in the NFL, and Lamar had his MVP season, and so that's something that I definitely want to get back to, is having a Pro Bowl caliber year, and yeah, that's something that I just always something to attain, and just wanting to always get better. And even no matter how well you're playing, even if I do make it to a Pro Bowl, you always want to get to another Pro Bowl or make it to the All Pro list. And so that's always something that I'm always pushing myself for, and just trying to always get better.